Welcome to GLS Carriers Presents Team Talk. I'm Ken Cox, and no one's asked me if I can run fast in my new shoes. Today we've got Francis Ham, Kenny Kuntz, and all the way from across the highway, we have Jake Gold.
Across the canyon?
Across the canyon.
From the north side.
And we are Drivers for Drivers. We've got Jake Gold with us today. He's our GM over there at Giltner, across the canyon, across the pond, across the highway.
Yes, sir.
How fast could you get there in your new shoes?
Oh, 2, maybe 3 days.
I'd pick him up.
The secret would be to hydrate on your way over.
Hydrate, yeah. Well, it's
98 degrees today.
the watch says it's now 100, so it's going to be a toasty one.
Yeah.
So make sure you're hydrating out there.
Do we have any anniversaries or birthdays or anything today?
Yes, we do, and they're on the screen now. We're going to go over a few things today. Obviously, we're going to talk Jake and all about what he's about. I'm going to go SMS scores a little bit. We'll hit a safety topic, and we'll dive into it.
You bet.
SMS scores. So unsafe, awesome. It dropped from 53 to 40. That's our speeding. That's our parking tickets, that kind of stuff. So
Outstanding.
So we're doing awesome that way. We've had a few of those fall off. A couple of years ago, we had some really bad speeding. And those are no longer on our scores. Hours of service stayed the same. It's at 56, so we need to look at that. We're still close to that 65, and we need to watch that. And vehicle maintenance went from 11 to 12. And it's not that anything that we didn't do or did do, is because some of the good inspections fell off, and so they gave us a point back. But as far as 11 and 12 goes, that's really, really good. So you guys are still, smashing it out there, being awesome. Let's just keep it up, and we will get these scores all down into low teens, and we'll be sitting really, really good. Jake.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Where you from? How long you been with Giltner? All the good stuff.
So I'm 6th generation Gooding County. I've worked for Giltner for...
What does that mean?
So everything around here, my family pretty much built.
Ooh, nice.
All these churches around here, my family built when it was the church members building. I started off working on a ranch, hauling cattle from Dietrich up to Mackey, putting them out on the mountain up there, and then back and forth from Mackey down to Dietrich when I was, I think it was 14 we were doing that. It was when I started driving a little bit. I've actually been with Giltner for over 4.5 years, working on 5. Just got promoted to the GM in March. So
How's that going? How's that going for you?
Oh, it's a big process, but it's a lot of fun.
Learning curve, right?
Very, very
Sure.
big learning curve.
And you've got a great team over there, too, and that's got to help out quite a bit, too.
Yeah, we have a huge knowledge on our team over there. But we also do have a lot of young people and a lot of people that are coming into the industry that we're working on training, and that's one of our big problems right now. And we've actually made one of our driver managers a trainer to help the new guys coming on, so everybody's on the same platform, doing the same thing, and can help our drivers instead of calling, I'm not sure what we got going on, let me get back to you. We want to get ahead of it and be fire preventers, not fire fighters.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but those firefighters are good looking. I mean, so I've been told.
Put a little heart up above your
Kenny, we've been looking at fuel mileages the last couple episodes, months. You've got some good fuel mileages now. What are those looking like?
I got July's numbers. I got Rusty, top of the board, 7.8. And I believe Robbie's at 7.7 and Albert at 7.6. Amazing job, guys.
That is.
Congrats.
Fantastic.
That is awesome.
That's thousands of dollars a month saved.
Yeah. We've talked on a lot of our podcasts about what we're seeing in the markets, and it's a tough market out there. It's still a different year than what we typically have seen. And Jake, let me ask you, what are you seeing on your side in your operation with the market and dedicated customers and things of that nature?
So a lot of our customers are coming to us and stating that they want to stay with us. They want to grow our relationship with them, just like we want to grow the relationship with them as well. We look at more of a customer as a partnership instead of just, hey, we're going to take the load and move on. It's, no, we want to grow together. We want to make your guys' business do good. But as far as the spot market and everything like that, it's the worst that anybody has ever seen. Back in the like 1980s rates is what it's going on. And these brokers are really affecting owner-operators and smaller companies, putting them out of business and not looking for the future of saying, hey, we need someone to haul this. Let's give them a good rate.
Yeah. And you know, we've been battling with that same exact thing, you know, on our side as well. Our dedicated customers definitely appreciate all the opportunities that they've come forward and gave us to, you know, to haul their freight. Spot boards, just terrible. We've been trying to stay off of that as much as possible. And when we are out there looking for a load, we're working hard on trying to get the best one that we can possibly get, you know, for our team, to get them going in the right direction and for the right rate. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but overall, I have to say that we've done a pretty good job to the dispatch team and everything on what they're doing out there to keep things going, and really grateful for that. And on the other side, for our team out there that's hauling these loads and moving that freight. You guys have done an excellent job as well, and appreciate everything that you're doing out there.
Your scores reflect that. They're going down too, so congrats.
Yeah, but it's good. It's really good to see that.
On the other side with the customers, a lot of the customers are getting rid of a lot of their brokerage departments. They're wanting to go strictly to assets. So that is one benefit that's going to help everybody in the near future.
One of the things that you guys have really helped us with has been the shop services. You know, whenever we need tires and stuff, or we need repairs, and we go over to your facility over there, I wanted to say thanks to your shop folks as well for really helping us out and trying to get us going, you know, the best that they can. Brian and his team out there have done a great job. So we want to thank them and appreciate them as well.
And they definitely take pride in what they do. So if you guys are out there, thank them, and they greatly appreciate you guys.
How long has Brian been there? He's been there almost as long as you have, or longer.
He's been there longer than I have. I think Brian's been there almost 20 years because he started there when he was in high school,
Wow.
detailing trucks, and then he's worked his way up through the shop, and now he's the shop foreman.
He still looks like he's 20 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you never said that about me, Danny. Come on,
Because
man.
you look like you're 18.
Oh. So let's dive into viewer comments, questions.
I'm glad you asked. Unfortunately, I'm not mic'd up, so I may ask you the question and have you re-ask it, Ken.
Oh, words are hard.
You got this, though. All right, so I'm going to ask, I think I'm going to do probably this one. What's the funniest, well, let's do craziest mods that you've seen on a truck or trailer?
So he's asking, what's the craziest mods you've seen on a truck or trailer? I'm going to give that to you.
To Kenny?
Yep, Kenny.
What does MOD stand for?
Modifications. Like plastic surgery.
I knew that. You know, I actually seen a guy tint the top and the bottom of his windshield and then put a drop visor. I think his seat was like that much of his front window, and I'm just thinking, that cannot be safe.
According to the FMCSA. Jake, what do you think?
Craziest mods that I've seen. The one thing that always catches my eyes is always the lights. Everything's lit up, but then you got that one light out and you get pulled into a port and you get put out of service for the one light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our teammates, Don Vanderstelt, he runs hay for his family right now, so he works for us off and on. He sent a picture in with his hay trailers, triples, and they were all lit up. I mean, he likes to be seen, and same with Jake Burgoyne. He likes all those penny lights. He's working on some bumpers and I don't know what you call the back piece that goes behind the tires there on the tractor, but that's gonna have a bunch of penny lights on it too.
Can I put those in here, those pictures that you sent?
Yeah. Slap them in here. Yeah. It's modifications. What have you seen?
I've seen some real creative wiring inside of a cab of a truck, you know, where somebody's come up with a plug-in or something for the dash, and then they ran 15 different things off of that one wire.
They're LED, so it's fine.
And a 10 amp fuse.
Yeah, and a 10 amp fuse. Or they put a penny in there.
The old bubblegum wrappers.
With an extension cord wire.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got another question for you. What are some tips for cutting costs?
Tips
Drivers?
for cutting costs.
Tips for cutting costs.
I'm going to throw out reduced idle time.
Okay.
Lift your foot off the floor. Slow it down. Use that cruise control.
The one thing that I see from our department is we have a lot of drivers asking for personal advances, and they don't realize what the cost is on the backside. They ask for $50, and the cost on the backside is $10, so $60 a day. I mean, it adds up quick.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and if you do math, I mean, that's a lot during the month. I don't do math. Tire pressure. Tire pressure for sure. You got to make sure that those are running right. That'll save you on fuel mileage as well. So if you're not doing those pre-trips and you're checking those tire pressures, then you're going to be losing money. Costs.
Trip planning, making sure you know where you're going to stop, what route you're taking, construction zones, if you need to get through it at a certain time.
And where you're purchasing fuel on your trip planning, what state you're buying fuel in.
You brought up like snacks. You used to just pop a bunch of popcorn and just, spending $1 on a couple bags of popcorn versus.
Hey, I did. I there for a while. I was on a pretty good health kick, and I ate too many sweets. A lot of chips and things of that nature. So I went out and I bought an air popper for the house, and I'd pop all my popcorn, air pop it so that I didn't have any oil or anything in there, and then I would put it in Ziploc bags and just throw it in with me. And then whenever I got the munchies or something, I just grab one of those, just popcorn, and just eat that and drink some water.
That's right. Did you hydrate? That was going to be.
I had to. All that popcorn was killing me.
Past time going down the road, picking all the popcorn out of your teeth.
That's right. That's right.
Keeps you awake.
That's right.
Exactly, keep them awake.
Yeah.
I do have one more question.
One more question?
Are you guys
Yeah,
up for it?
throw it in there.
This may or may not be a good one. If it is, then repeat it so they can hear it. But
Okay.
I was wondering, how do you avoid predatory towing?
How to avoid predatory towing.
I've read a couple of articles that's been a big problem. Maybe more out east than it is out here, but.
Parking's really hard. I think that's one of the biggest issues that we face out there. I know this administration is looking at throwing a bunch of money out there for parking. I don't know. I haven't read too much into that. I just know that's being looked at. So obviously more parking allows us, safe places to do so. Predatory.
It says no parking. You probably shouldn't park there. Would be a key factor in that.
You bet. You bet. Well, I can tell you that in a lot of rest areas, some people will stop off the side of a on-off ramp in some of the states where it's legal to do that. If you're parking and you're taking some time off and you have an option, that's the key, is the option. If there's a crown in the rest area where you're coming in, park on the downhill side of the crown to where you can get going again. Because if you got an uphill climb and let's say it snows and freezes or something like that, then it could be a tough challenge on getting going. Same thing if you're using an off-ramp, on-ramp. If you have the option, go to the on-ramp because you're already going downhill and you're facing toward the roadway instead of trying to go from a dead stop and pull the hill in snowy type icy conditions, something like that. That could prevent that. And then the other thing is just don't take any chances. If it's raining or something and there's a dirt lot to park in, you might want to look and reconsider if there's different options out there, just so you don't end up in a mud hole someplace.
Use your fellow drivers at the same time. I mean, we all have Facebook pages. Giltner has a Facebook pages for the drivers. If you got something going on, not knowing where we're going to a distribution center and whatnot, hey, do they have parking on site? Do they have extended parking? And just don't leave the truck and expect everything to be fine.
Yeah, I don't know so much about predatory towing.
Where we run, it's not very prevalent. we've ran into one time where we parked down in Florida, and we had a company trying to tow us and didn't want to release it until we showed them the proof of registration, title, all that crap. It got really bad.
Kenny, did you see any of that in your days in Lyman, Colorado, or places like that where tow trucks were just
they
waiting?
were predatory down there. They just sat in the truck stop waiting for the calls. We actually had one in South Dakota this last winter. Well, Houston was up there, and the guy just sat there at the truck stop waiting, and it was $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Told the guys 10 feet. But everyone else, you're a 2-hour wait, and the guys just pulled the truck out next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, we would wake up, if it was snowing like that, we'd kind of pack the snow down back and forth, you know. When you stop, your tires would melt through the ice, and then you couldn't get going again because there's a little lip come up on the ice, so you'd drive back and forth, you know. Don't just go right back and go to bed. That'll help with predatory towing.
Sure. Absolutely. Seems kind of safe. Let's dive into safety.
So, safety topic for this week. I've seen some of this and thought I'd throw it out there. So, I'm going to go to backing and pulling out of a dock. Right across from us here, there's from the corporate office, there's a grocery store, and it's got docks on there. And I've noticed some people that come in and have an option of backing in from the seeing side, which is definitely what they should be doing. But I've also seen some folks come in and kind of whip it and then back in from the blind side. There's no other trucks around or anything, but there's traffic that goes back and forth. There's cars moving through there all the time. And I think that's just a big, big risk to take when it's unnecessary, because you can turn around. There's ample room to turn around out in that parking lot and come back into it, so you can see it at a seeing, you know, out off your seeing side. So I would definitely say and recommend that you do that. And then the one thing that we should always do is get out and look. You know, the goal is to get to the dock and not have any kind of incidents happening. So definitely get out and look when you're doing that. And then the other thing is, when you're at a grocery warehouse or any place that you're delivering to or loading, at the dock, some of those places, those trailers are just barely enough room to have your swing doors open next to the trailer next to you. You know, they're real tight. And when coming out of there, remember how long your unit is. You know, don't turn any sooner than you have to, because you sure don't want to hit the trailer next to you with the tail end of your trailer. The other thing that happens quite a bit too, I think probably more on the older trailers than the new ones.
Sure.
Is the trailer doors, when you bump a dock and you have the pads and stuff back there, it can release your door. And then when you go to pull out, your door actually opens up on you, and it could run all the way down the side of a trailer next to you. So when you are leaving a dock, when you start pulling out, you know, pull that 2 or 3 foot forward and check your mirrors, make sure your doors are still hooked up, and then you can continue on. And if not, you may have to stop and go back and hook that door back up so that you can finish pulling out without damaging the trailer next to you. So that would be my safety topic for this week.
That's a good topic. You know, anymore, most of these warehouses have you slide your tandems all the way back before you go in. That way, when they come into the trailer, it's not squatting so far down, you know. These guys get in the habit of sliding those back forward. It'll help them get out of these tight spots. You know, I think Kroger's down in Utah still has 96-inch wide parking spots at each door, you know. It gets real tight, and they park trailers in front. You know, you slide them tandems back up, it's easier to maneuver around.
Kenny, closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Jake on his new role.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we work really well together. We help each other with loads. I think we got a good working relationship and look forward to the future.
100%. We
Yeah.
have great support everywhere within the company. And that's the one good thing that I love about Giltner is everybody's passionate and everybody wants to do the best for the company. There's nobody out there trying to cause harm to the company. Everybody's looking out for the best interests of Giltner, not just themselves.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I think it's really cool that your customers are reaching out and trying to get more loads through you guys and grow and grow, together. I think that speaks volumes for you.
Definitely speaks volumes for the Giltner family for sure.
Yep.
Of the core values that we actually have of taking care of our customers and taking care of our employees at the same time.
And I don't know, we talk about our customers and stuff, but we do have dedicated customers right now for GLS, and we pull their freight, but they do have some lanes that we just don't travel on. And the Giltner fleet, Jake's fleet, does travel on those lanes. So in talking to those customers, we get their permission first, and if they're okay with it, we move those over to the Giltner side, and they pull those lanes for us and haul that freight for our customers. And we do the same thing on their side. They've got some dedicated customers that they share with us as well, and the customers are good with that. And I think that just makes us a stronger unit all the way around when we can do that, and our customers really appreciate it as well. Just thanks again for everything that everybody does. I know, driving is not a easy career. It's not just something that can be done by anybody. It takes a lot of time to get out there and learn the trade, understand it, perform it every day, do a great job as all of our people do. Many thanks to everything you do. We couldn't do what we do without you. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Jake, bring us home.
I'm going to piggyback on Francis' safety. One thing that I've seen is everybody's in a hurry all the time. When you get into these big cities, just slow down, be a little bit more defensive, be on the outlook for everybody. School is getting ready to start up as well, so we just need to be looking out for all the little kids in the cars running around four-wheelers. So that's all I got.
Right on. Check those blind spots.
Yep.
So as we end this episode, we want to thank you for being safe, making the right choices. Remember, your eyes and ears are on the road. If you see something, say something. We all succeed when you complete your trip safely in your home with your loved ones.
See ya.
See ya.